Will come to order. The city clerk will call the roll.
Aiello, Burmaster, Vitar, Tarcone, Irvin, Beatrice, Williamson, Classimo Testa, Lomedico, Druzzi, all present.
Please rise for the pledge of allegiance, followed by a moment of silence to the deceased members of the county council. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We're here tonight to reconsider the tax cap. We need 5 votes to reconsider, 6 votes to pass the tax cap. I need a motion to reconsider. Motion. Second?
Thank
Okay,
you.
thank you. So we have a local law can we
Motion.
get 5 votes?
Vote to reconsider. 9 yeas to reconsider.
Okay, we have a local law authorizing.
Yeah. Do you want to,
Yeah.
do you want mine?
Joe, you can go ahead and make that amendment.
Please, one moment.
Yeah.
Can they make a motion to amend the title of the document? Is the deputy clerk or clerk able to read the language of the amended language that's in writing? I don't have a copy here.
Fiscal. Yep. So this is local law number 1 of 2025, introductory local law number 1 of 2025, fiscal year 2026 property tax levy not to exceed
3.4.
3.4?
That's correct.
3.4%. A local law authorizing a property tax levy in excess of the limit established in General Municipal Law, Section 3-C.
Second?
Thank you.
Votes, please.
Nine yeas amended.
Do you want to do your
So a
resolution?
local law authorizing property tax levy in the excess of the limit established in the General Municipal Law, Section 3C. Legislative intent. It is the intent of this local law to allow the city of Utica to adopt a budget for the next fiscal year that requires a real property tax levy in the excess of the tax levy limited as defined by the General Municipal Law, Section 3C. Authority, this is a local law, is adopted pursuant to Subdivision 5 of the General Municipal Law, Section 3C, which expressly authorizes a local government's governing body to override the property tax cap for the coming fiscal year by the adoption of a local law approved by a vote of 60% of said governing body. Section 3, tax limit override, tax levy limit override. The city of Utica is hereby authorized to adopt or implement a budget pursuant to the law for the fiscal year commencing April 1st, 2025 that requires a real property tax levy in excess of the amount otherwise prescribed in General Municipal Law, Section 3C. Severability, if a court determines that any clause, sentence, paragraph, subdivision, or part of this local law or the application thereof to any person, firm, or corporation or circumstance is invalid or unconstitutional, the court's order or judgment shall not affect, impair, or invalidate the remainder of this local law, but shall be confined in its operation to the clause, sentence, paragraph, subdivision, part of this local law or the application to the person, individual, firm, or corporation or circumstance directly involved in the controversy in which such judgment or order should be rendered. Effective date, this local law should be operative for the fiscal year commencing April 1st, 2025. Your votes, please.
Nine yeas adopted.
Mr. President, I'd like to introduce ordinance number 2.
First, second?
We're going to be doing the resolution.
Actually,
This is comptroller.
Councilwoman Colosimo Testa, if I may first make a motion to introduce resolution number 2 to the floor.
Sure. Even though we just did it.
The resolution.
I thought we had 1 and 2. Is there a 1?
Yeah, there's one, one's not. One's not.
We have a new packet tonight, that's one in resolution 2.
Yeah, so we're doing resolution 2.
Resolution 2 first, skip it.
Resolution number 2, the real property tax increase for fiscal year 2026 shall not exceed 3.4%. Motion introduced.
Motion,
Can I have a
second.
second? Okay. The real property tax increase for the fiscal year 2026 should not exceed 3.4%, whereas the City of Utica Common Council was presented with a fiscal year 2026 annual estimate that calls for a real property tax increase of 9.77%, whereas numbers of the City of Utica Common Council agree that a property tax increase of 9.77% is too high. Whereas each member of the City of Utica Common Council has worked diligently to reduce the proposed property tax increase with the goals of saving taxpayers hard-earned money, proposing fiscally responsible budgetary adjustments, and maintaining essential city services. Whereas, after several proposed amendments being reviewed and submitted, it is the specific intent of the City of Utica Common Council to limit the potential property tax increase for the fiscal year 2026. Therefore, be it resolved that the City of Utica Common Council does hereby unanimously hold that in no case shall the total fiscal year 2026 real property tax levy increase by an amount greater than the 3.4% of the total property tax levy in the fiscal year 2025. Be it further resolved, the legislation hereby incorporates by reference and is incorporated by reference with introductory local law number 1 of 2025 approved by the Utica Common Council on this 14th day of March 2025. Your votes, please.
Nine yeas adopted.
Okay, I'd like to introduce ordinance number 2, which is comptroller financial audit statement. They're coming out of committee. Yep.
It's dated 3/5/25.
It was the
The
first
packet
packet that went out.
3/5/25.
It's for controller. Everybody got it?
It says 3/5/25, date of legislation. Look for that.
It's the first one.
Yep, I got it. All right, second. These are ours. Everybody got it?
So we have a motion and a second. Pull it from committee, so.
I'll second.
So we have a budget amendment, be it ordained that the annual estimate is hereby amended as follows. Controller, A51315442, financial audit statement, $75,000 to $60,000, a negative $15,000 change. Rationale, decrease line to reduce tax levy. Votes, please.
9 yeas adopted.
Mr. President, I'd like to pull from committee ordinance number 3, law, contracted services.
Can I have a motion? I mean, a second. Budget amendment, be it ordained that the annual estimate is hereby amended. Law, A51-420-441, contracted services, $225,000 to $125,000, a negative $100,000 change, decrease line to reduce tax levy. Votes, please.
9 yeas adopted.
Mr. President, I'd like to pull ordinance number 5 from committee, fire administration. No, no 4.
Skip 4. Skip 4. Second thrown away, or we just got it?
I need a second.
Second.
Thank you.
Budget amendment, be it ordained that the annual estimate is hereby amended as follows. Fire administration, A53411461, repairs, $200,000 to $175,000, a negative $25,000 change, decrease line to reduce tax levy. Votes, please.
9 yeas adopted.
Mr. President, I'd like to pull ordinance number 7 from committee, liability.
Second.
Second.
Thank you.
Thank you. Budget amendment, be it ordained, annual estimate is hereby amended as follows. Liability, A51930432, judgments and settlements, $275,000 to $200,000, a negative $75,000 change, decrease line to reduce tax levy. Votes, please.
9 yeas adopted.
Mr. President, I'd like to pull ordinance number 9 from committee.
Second.
Actually, you know what? I'm going to do 9, 10, 11, 12, 13,
Can we separate one?
14, 15, 16, 17, 20, 21, 22, 23,
A second.
Second.
Thank you.
Do I have a second? Thank you.
we still have to vote on them
Yeah, I know,
individually.
I know.
Okay.
Budget amendment, be it ordained that the annual estimate is hereby amended as follows. Police Support Division, A53122461, repairs, $175,000 to $150,000, a negative $25,000 change, decrease line to reduce tax levy. Votes, please.
9 yeas adopted.
We have ordinance number 10, budget amendment. Be it ordained that the annual estimate is hereby amended as follows. Mayor, A51210101, salaries, $300,732 to $293,572, a negative $7,160. Decrease salaries to reduce tax levy. That's the rationale. Can I have your votes, please?
Sam, you voting yes for this? Ma'am, you're voting yes for this?
Yeah, we can't vote yet, I need that. All right, before we
Sidebar?
vote on this, I want to waive the ordinance for salary increases. So we actually, I gotta cancel.
Like permanently?
I
Can we
gotta
just-
cancel the motion right now. We gotta pass the ordinance first.
We don't have to with CPI. Skip 2, 3.
So skip 10, 11, 12?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're on number 13.
Yeah, we're coming back to them.
Yeah, we'll go back to it.
I just
We're
gotta
on-
get the
we're on
ordinance to
13.
waive the ordinance, the charter.
We already did. Proposed ordinance number 13, budget amendment. Be it ordained, the annual estimate is hereby amended as follows. Law, A514200101 salary $745,000 124 to $669,745, a negative $75,000 $379 decreased salaries to reduce tax levy.
Mr. President, if I may be heard, I actually would like to make a motion to place this back into committee for the time being, until I look at this number more. Just looking to see if there's a second to place it back in
Second.
committee just for now.
Second. Second.
1 second. Okay.
Just for the record, they were still left with a 3% COLA for those lines. Okay? I mean, we can't do for one and not do for the others. So I would still like to vote on that tonight.
Well, we're going to go to proposed ordinance number 14. Budget amendment, be it ordained that the annual estimate is hereby amended as follows. Street maintenance, A55110211, capital outlay sidewalks, $100,000 to $75,000, a negative $25,000 decrease. Rationale, decrease line to reduce tax levy. Votes, please.
9 yeas adopted.
Proposed ordinance number 15, budget amendment, be it ordained that the annual estimate is hereby amended as follows. Infrastructure, A57130-411, contractual stormwater, $350,000 to $175,000, a negative $175,000 change. Rationale, decreased line to reduce tax levy. Your votes, please.
Nine yeas adopted.
My area gets hit by floods. Proposed ordinance
Mr.
number
Council-
16.
Just for the record, that line was never in the budget, is up until 2 years ago. So that was an extra line that we did, and we've remediated time and time again for those areas, okay?
And if
That's
I
all
may,
right. I just don't
if I
agree
know,
with
if I may add to that, because it's relevant to the third ward, there is other funding available
Yeah.
for that line to fill that out if we
Okay.
need it. I just want to put that on the record.
Thank you, thank you. Proposed ordinance number 16, budget amendment, be it ordained that the annual estimate is hereby amended as follows. Street cleaning, A58170-402, other supplies and materials, $525,000 to $500,000, a negative $25,000 change. Rationale, decreased line to reduce tax levy. Votes, please.
9 yeas adopted.
Proposed ordinance number 17, be it ordained, annual estimate is hereby amended as follows. Street lighting, A55182-422, electric, $1,175,000, $1,100,000, a negative $75,000 change. Rationale, decreased line to reduce tax levy. Your votes, please.
Nine yeas adopted.
Proposed ordinance number 20, budget amendment, be it ordained that the annual estimate is hereby amended as follows. Fire line, A53412-103, overtime, $100,000 to $70,000, a negative $30,000 change. Rationale, decreased line to reduce tax levy. Votes, please.
9 yeas adopted.
Proposed ordinance number 21, budget amendment, be it ordained that the annual estimate is hereby amended as follows. Police Uniform Division, A53123-103, overtime, $200,000 to $170,000, a negative $30,000 change. Rationale, decreased line to reduce tax levy. Your votes, please.
9 yeas adopted.
Proposed ordinance number 22, budget amendment. Be it ordained that the annual estimate is hereby amended as follows. Parks maintenance, 857-110-103, overtime, $70,000 to $55,000, a negative $15,000 change. Rationale, decrease line to reduce tax levy. Votes, please.
Nine yeas adopted.
Proposed ordinance number 23, budget amendment. Be it ordained that the annual estimate is hereby amended as follows. DPW Central Garage, 855-640-103, overtime, $75,000 to $60,000, a negative $15,000 change. Rationale, decrease line to reduce tax levy. Your votes, please.
Nine yeas adopted. Sam, you're gonna go to this one? The budget amendment?
I don't think we should.
Pulling this ordinance out of committee. Be it ordained that section 2.025 of the Utica City Code of Ordinance hereby be suspended. And
You
I
have
think-
to,
And
you
is
have a
that
motion to
permanently suspended?
introduce it.
What?
Is that permanently suspended?
No. I mean, because next
We can
year's,
just suspend
next
it.
year's, we can't take an effect for
Just
other
for-
councils,
Right.
so.
Because my standpoint is on this is that legally reading it, we're not allowed any raises anyway this year because CPI is 2.9%. And we're only allowed raises when it's a year with a CPI of over 3%. Last year, we could have taken it because CPI was 3.4%, but for whatever reason, it wasn't implemented into the budget. But this year, we're not even allowed to take it. I think the administration's argument was they're just rolling over what they skipped, but you
Which
can't do
that's-
that.
That's, yes, you can.
Okay, but that's where.
And you go into the 2 fiscal years. So, I mean, either you support it or you don't, because it's already in committee. I think that we gotta move forward with it. Oh, this is being introduced for the first time? I thought we didn't do that? So I proposed that I never introduced it at the latest meeting.
I'll be voting down the suspension, but I'm still voting for the amendments to pass. But that's
Okay,
where-
so now I'll just put this in committee. I'll make a motion to
Yeah,
introduce
yeah.
this in committee, and
Okay.
then we'll pull it out
Second that.
at the next
yeah.
meeting. Thank you.
Second, please.
We're not gonna do your other amendments,
Next time.
Is there a second to that? Second. Thank you.
Commit.
Katie, can you explain that again?
We have a different understanding of the law right now. It says that elected officials shall take raises, but only on years where the CPI, the inflation and cost per living, is over 3%. That's the only year that a raise can take effect. This year it's at 2.9%. So we're not there. We're not.
So, you talked about last year.
Well,
We got an increase last year.
No, we didn't.
Yes, we did.
Well, we're not gonna do this now.
I'm not, it's
All right,
fine.
come on, guys.
We'll wait till Wednesday's meeting.
Yes.
The mayor didn't either.
I'll show you. I mean, we're taking it out, so it's not a big deal. Right. Yeah, okay. Just explain it. Let her talk.
Somebody just asked, that's all.
Yeah, let her talk.
Guys, listen. This is, we're not, and we're gonna talk about it Wednesday, okay? Because we're not,
Mr. President, if I may.
Yes.
Councilwoman Colosimo-Testa, have you pulled out from committee all ordinances? Okay. Mr. President, at this time, I'd like to transition to the other packet dated 3/11, also starting with proposed ordinance number 1. And I'd like to pull... submitted to council on 3/11, data legislation 3/12. Yep. So brought out data legislation March 12th. I'd like to make a motion to collectively take several of these out of committee. So I'll go slowly here. I'd like to make a motion on proposed ordinance number 1, proposed ordinance number 2, proposed ordinance number 3, Proposed ordinance number 4. Proposed ordinance number 6. Proposed ordinance number 7. Proposed ordinance number 9. Proposed ordinance number 11. Proposed ordinance number 13. Proposed ordinance number 14. Proposed ordinance number 15. Proposed ordinance number 16. Number 17. Proposed ordinance number 18. Proposed ordinance number 19.
You gotta make an amendment to that
And
one.
we'll amend that on 19 when we get there,
Okay.
yep. Proposed ordinance number 20 and proposed ordinance number 22.
So 12, you're not bringing out?
No.
The capital outlay one?
We could bring number 12 out and have a discussion on it, sure, yeah. Motion to bring out number 12 as well then.
Second. Second.
So we're going to start with proposed ordinance number 1. Common Council, now it therefore be ordained that the annual estimate is hereby amended as follows. E&A, engineering, A51400-411, contractual 811, $225,000 to $190,000, a negative $35,000 change, rationale, decrease line to reduce tax levy. Your votes, please.
9 E's adopted.
Are these all full council or?
So far.
It's up to you.
Go ahead.
Proposed ordinance number 2, Common Council changes in the 2025-26 E&A approved annual estimate. Now therefore be ordained that the annual estimate is hereby amended as follows. Parks maintenance, A57110-44106, seasonal employment, $130,000 to $110,000, a negative $20,000 change. Votes, please.
9 E's adopted.
Proposed ordinance number 3, Common Council changes in 2025-26 E&A approved annual estimate. Police Support Division, A53122-423, telephone, $45,000 to $38,000, a $7,000 change, decrease line to reduce tax levy. Your votes, please.
9 E's adopted.
Common Council changes 2025-2026 E&A approved annual estimate. Therefore be it ordained that the annual estimate is hereby amended. Infrastructure, A57130-461, repairs, $362,500 to $200,000, a negative $162,500. Your votes, please.
9 E's adopted.
Proposed ordinance number 6. Common Council changes the 2025-26 E&A approved annual estimate. Therefore be ordained that the annual estimate is hereby amended. Off-street parking, A55650-441, contracted services, $75,000 to $50,000, a negative $25,000 change. Rationale, decrease line to reduce tax levy.
I hate
Your
to,
votes, please.
I hate to be picky, Joe, but I think the title needs to read the same as the original ones that you're, because it's gonna be the Common Council approved budget, not the E&A's budget. So I, just for the last ones, the last ordinances that we passed, I just think that it should read, the budget amendment be it ordained that the annual estimate is hereby amended as follows.
I was going off, are these, you went off the template that we were given then, right? These are the templates the clerks gave us.
It still shouldn't read it like that because it's not.
I mean, if they're from previous years, have we run into any issue
I don't
with
remember,
using
I don't
those in the
remember ever
past?
putting E&A approved annual estimate.
That's what's on the final ordinance when we pass the budget. So
Yeah, but it's no longer the E&A approved budget. It's the common council's approved budget. So you're not amending the E&A
But
budget.
it's not
Well,
yet.
I think it's titled Common Council Changes in the E&A approved budget. So these are our
Right, but it's
changes
still
in their
our,
budgets.
it's still, it's not, we're not
Well,
approved.
let's, I mean,
Rocky, I know it sounds,
I know,
I know it
well,
sounds,
I
I know,
know,
but I'm just
it's
saying, now that I'm
crazy.
thinking about it, it's not, we're not amending the E&A budget. It got past E&A, it's now the common council's budget.
So, but on that note, with the final annual estimate ordinance that we pass, when it's time to pass the budget, it says, be it ordained, the annual estimate for the year submitted by the Board of Estimate and Apportionment.
I mean, Judge, can you clarify that? Are we amending the, that's all I'm saying is that it's not that, yes, I understand it's E&A approved, but it got approved to the common council's budget. That's all I'm saying. I mean to be picky, but, I mean, it's an ordinance and I want to make sure that it's a, Judge?
No, I mean, I read this as Common Council changes to the E&A estimate. That's what we're doing. We're changing the E&A estimate.
the way I've been reading is correct. Proposed ordinance number 7. Common council changes in,
we finish number 6?
We didn't vote on 6 yet.
Yeah, we are.
We're on 6, right?
Yeah, we're voting.
votes, please.
9 yeas adopted.
Proposed ordinance number 7. Common council changes 2025-26 E&A approved annual estimate. Now therefore it be ordained that the annual estimate is hereby amended as follows. Police administration, A53121-451 rentals, $35,000 to $15,000, a negative $20,000 change. A rationale, decreased line to reduce tax levy. Your votes, please.
Nine yeas adopted.
I think we're on proposed ordinance number 9. Common council changes in 2025-2026 E&A approved annual estimate. Now therefore it be ordained that the annual estimate is hereby amended as follows. Police criminal investigation, A53124-108, night differential, $60,000 to $45,000, a negative $15,000 change. Rationale, decrease line to reduce tax levy, utilize original departmental requested figure. Votes, please.
9 yeas adopted.
Proposed ordinance number 11. Yeah, these are the ones that he pulled out. Yeah. Common council changes 2025-26 E&A approved annual estimate. Now therefore be ordained that the annual estimate is hereby amended as follows. Fire line A53412-106 replacement overtime $750,000 to $700,000, a negative $50,000 change. Rationale, decreased line to reduce tax levy. Your votes, please.
9 yeas adopted.
So, Councilman, we are doing 12.
Yes, Mr. President. If anyone wants to be heard on it, of course, the floor is open.
Proposed ordinance number 12, Common Council changes in 2025-2026 E&A approved annual estimate. Now therefore be ordained that the annual estimate is hereby amended as follows. Street lighting, A55182-211, capital outlay, $22,000 to zero, a negative $22,000 change. Rationale, decreased line to reduce tax levy. Votes, please.
9 yeas adopted.
Proposed ordinance number 13. Common Council changes in 2025-2026 E&A approved annual estimate. Now therefore be it ordained that the annual estimate is hereby amended as follows. Police Support Division, A53122-104, holiday, $61,000 to $51,000, a negative $10,000 change. Rationale, decrease line to reduce tax levy. Your votes, please.
9 yeas adopted.
Proposed ordinance number 14, Common Council changes 2025-26 E&A approved annual estimate. Now therefore be it ordained that the annual estimate is hereby amended as follows. Police criminal investigation A53124-104 holiday pay $220,000 to $200,000, a negative $20,000 change. Rationale, decrease line to reduce tax levy. Your votes, please.
Nine yeas adopted.
Proposed ordinance number 15, Common Council changes in 2025-26 E&A approved annual estimate. Now therefore it be ordained that the annual estimate is hereby amended as following. Police Administration A53121-214, computer equipment $50,000 to $40,000, a negative $10,000 change. Rationale, decrease line to reduce tax levy.
Votes.
Your votes, please.
Venice. 9 yeas adopted.
Proposed ordinance number 16, Common Council changes 2025-26 E&A approved annual estimate. Now therefore be it ordained that the annual estimate is hereby amended as follows. Parks Maintenance A57110-463 gasoline and oil $55,000 to $40,000, a negative $15,000 change. Rationale, decrease line to reduce tax levy. Your votes, please.
9 yeas adopted.
Proposed ordinance number 17, Common Council changes 2025-26 E&A approved annual estimate. Now therefore be it ordained that the annual estimate is hereby amended as follows. Fire prevention A53413-206 software $15,000 to $3,000, a negative $12,000 change. Rationale, decrease line to reduce tax levy. Your votes, please.
9 yeas adopted.
Common Council proposed ordinance number 18. Common Council changes 2025-26 E&A approved annual estimate. Now therefore be ordained that the annual estimate is hereby amended as follows. Fire prevention A53413-110 out of title pay $17,500 to $0, negative $17,500 change. Rationale, decrease line to reduce tax levy to utilize original departmental requested figure. Votes, please.
9 yeas adopted.
Mr. President,
Yes.
I'd like to make a motion to amend ordinance number 19, change it from 25,000 to 15,000.
And also change the to 50,000 to 60,000.
I need a second.
Second.
So you're changing it from what? 75,000 to
60,000.
60,000.
For a $15,000 change, negative $15,000.
Yeah, negative 15. Sounds good. Can I have votes on the amendment?
Nine yeas amended.
Yep. Proposed ordinance number 19, Common Council changes in 2025-26 E&A approved annual estimate. Therefore be ordained that the annual estimate is hereby amended as follows. Fire line A53412-21301 safety gear $75,000 to $60,000, a negative $15,000 change. Rationale, decrease line to reduce tax levy. Your votes, please.
9 yeas adopted.
Proposed ordinance number 20, Common Council changes 2025-26 E&A approved annual estimate. Now therefore be it ordained that the annual estimate is hereby amended as follows. Fire prevention A53413-103 overtime, $15,000 to $5,000, a negative $10,000 change. Rationale, decrease line to reduce tax levy. Your votes, please.
9 yeas adopted.
Proposed ordinance number 22, Common Council changes 2025-26 E&A approved annual estimate. Now therefore be it ordained that the annual estimate is hereby amended as follows. Controller, A51315-477, abstract fees, $30,000 to $15,000, a negative $15,000 change. Rationale, decrease line to reduce tax levy. Your votes, please.
You want to leave it at 50? Okay.
9 yeas adopted.
Mr. President, I would like to make a motion to pull from the next batch, and I'll read out the ones we're going to do. 24 is no.
What is that?
Not 24. Yes to 25. 26. 27. 28. No to 29. No to 30. And then it was going to be yes to 31.
What's that?
And yes to 31, and we're leaving the other ones in.
Can you just repeat the ones that we have again, please? So everyone's on page.
So it's going to be 25, 26, 27, 28, and 31.
Okay.
And then I will have one to introduce at the end of this.
Yeah, I'll repeat it. So we have 25, 26, 27, 28,
And
31,
25 through 29 and 31.
and 31.
Oh, wait, sorry, I said no to 29. My bad. 25 through 28 and 31.
Yep. And 31. We'll take our time, so.
Do the healthcare one? Oh, yeah. Actually, let's pull out 29. We should talk about it. It'll go along with the other one. Sorry, everybody.
34, are we pulling? No?
No.
We're just going to 31 right now.
25 through 29 and 31.
I don't have the other ones. 28 are you pulling?
Yep.
29, no, right?
29, yeah, we'll talk about it.
30?
I need to
No 30.
33, no?
Just yes to 31.
All right,
31's the non-property, the sales tax, 197 one.
Okay.
Is there a second note?
Do you want me to read them again?
I got,
I'll read them to you.
I know, but I don't have, okay.
There's 25,
Yeah.
26, 27, 28.
I don't have, that's the one I don't have, is 28.
We're going to talk about 29 and 31.
I have 31, okay, I got 28 right here, okay. Yes, second.
Can I have a second?
Thank you.
Votes, please.
Yeah, yeah.
Seven yeas to pull out of committee.
Okay. Proposed ordinance number 25. Common Council changes in 2025-26 E&A approved annual estimate. Now therefore be it ordained that the annual estimate is hereby amended as follows. Police Uniform Division, A53123-101, salaries, $10,599,285 to $10,358,674, a negative $240,611. Rationale, this is not removing any actual positions from the UPD. The reduction only reflects correcting an error in total calculations. This total now reflects the correct amount for 165 positions, which is the total composition for UPD. See pages 16 through 18, Exhibit E in our letter to the mayor on 3/11/2025 for further details. Correct line to reduce tax levy. Your votes.
5 yeas adopted.
And, Mr. President, also for the next one, the rationale is the same, but if I may just speak on for ordinance 26.
Yeah.
These were confirmed by our Deputy Chief, Ed Noonan, and the Budget Director that they were errors in the budget. So those are the corrections based off of their recommendations to of moving forward with
And
this.
I spoke with the chief last night too, and he said there were errors that Councilperson Ayala was.
Nobody could clarify at
No,
that,
they were
at that
both-
time, as they had a conversation with Deputy Chief about an hour ago.
So I'll speak on this quick. So I agree, they've said that. However, they are saying that you're going to be credited at the end of the fiscal year. I don't know that for a fact. That's not part of it, so I'm not comfortable doing it right now.
As of now, those lines are running in the negative.
Right. So that's what, if you go by the numbers in the budget, the chart was wrong, the numbers are right. They do say, like you said, that they don't settle up until the end of the year, or the end of the fiscal year. But I don't know that. So I'm not comfortable with that right now.
Mr. President, if I may be heard briefly. Yes. I certainly think we need to pay attention to this one because I think it's clear we've heard time and time again there are positions here, if I'm getting it right, in the table of organization that aren't accounted for. And I get Councilperson Close-Most Testa's point that the positions might be incorrect, but I think the argument is, but the totals are still
If
off.
we listen to the salaries from last year, would be even more impacted negatively.
Last year, the Deputy Chief didn't say that was the correct way to go. This year, he is saying that.
I mean, we have.
I'm just,
I-
listen, you guys passed it, it's fine.
I'm just saying we
not
have the
supporting it, 'cause
budget
I'm not
director and the
comfortable with it.
deputy chief on the floor saying these positions were there. What do you want to do if it, put
Well,
it
if
back
we-
and maybe we can get it super on it?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, listen.
One councilperson at a time.
Did I have the floor or I didn't?
Well-
Oh, Joe did?
You still have it?
No, Mr. President, thank you.
So,
Councilman?
what I'd feel comfortable with, because I did talk to Ed, okay? And if we can keep this, Katie, if we could keep this in committee and the budget director and the deputy chief and the controller's office is here and agrees with that and says that, I mean, I don't think any of us could have, I don't think you really can't support it. I think you, oh, I know, okay, but I'm just saying, before, you guys voted that, there.
I just thought that the last Wednesday when we talked and the chief said it and the
Well, he
budget
didn't
director
say it.
said
When we left here
Okay,
last,
we're not-
hang
we're not-
on, I got the floor.
I will put him in
Hang
committee
on
if
here.
it means you
When
want
we
to hear more.
left here last week, I have it written on the paper. They were gonna check with the controller's office and get back to us. Now evidently.
That was for
on
the
s-
holiday
Hang
pay.
on a second. Evidently on the side, bits and pieces we've talked. I'd like to hear them on the floor, and we have a chance to do that Wednesday, and I would support this. If they come and tell me that, then, I mean, I don't think any of us
And
here.
I'm fine with
cannot-
that. I appreciate that.
If they say that, and, am I wrong?
No, that's fine, so.
And if
okay.
we could then reconsider the, well, actually, the last one passed, but yeah, let's, well, Mr. President, I will commit 26, 27,
Because
and
those are all tied together,
28.
correct?
Yep.
Repeat
Okay.
that,
I will
Councilwoman.
commit 26, 27, and 28 into committee.
Is there a second? Okay.
So then with 29, I wanted to discuss, this is the healthcare situation, is, our budget director last Wednesday said that it was, altogether, all the lines came to the 13,950,000. What is the true estimate, they said, was the 13.7. Now, I also have another paper in here that introduces that $250,000 cut actually to the police employee benefits medical line instead. I don't care which way we do this. We can split it up. We can do whichever. But this is number 29. But there is another one that we are about to talk about that I'll introduce, and I'm just going to put them into committee because a lot of this is also reflecting on these 4 positions being removed as well.
May I be heard, Mr. President?
Yes.
My recollection from our last meeting on the healthcare line was we have, I believe, $13,950,000 in our budget, and our budget director stated it actually is agreed upon that it should be $13.7 million. So I do remember saying that. The only thing is, If we were to pass this, I would request that the $250,000, instead of being removed from the fire employee benefits, be taken pro rata from each hospital medical fund there, so it reflects each department equally. So it's not like we're just taking it from the fire department, because we're not. We should be taking an equal amount, whatever that is, from each fund. That's just my position
There's the percentage
and
of it.
what I remember hearing from the budget director.
Councilman Carcone?
I feel like everybody's confused about this health plan. I mean, I don't think anybody even realized that everything was grouped together until last meeting. So how we could break it up into four different parts, 3 different parts, and I really don't feel comfortable taking money from it, because we're playing with fire here. I mean, you got 3 people go over that cap 250, we're crushed.
Yeah,
Self-insured is
that's my point.
dangerous.
So we
to
can
begin
keep
with.
this in committee and
Self-insured's
talk to
dangerous.
them?
We'll put it in
to begin
committee.
with.
So we'll put it in committee?
Yeah,
That's dangerous to
Yep.
begin with, self-insured.
we'll put it in committee.
So what number is 29?
Yep, 29 in committee.
29 in committee.
And then, so we're up to 31. If you guys want more time to discuss this, if there's actual serious consideration for the sales tax, right now we are at a 0% growth completely. And that's with the cannabis combined with the mayor's sales tax projection. The county's at that 4%. All I'm suggesting is 1%. I know some people said we should even go higher, but if you guys feel safe with 1%, I'd like to move forward with that.
Councilman?
Comments.
Yes,
Peter,
I'm
any
going to vote
features?
no on this right now. Are we voting on this or staying in committee?
I thought we were voting on amendments tonight.
So,
Yeah.
no, I didn't discuss these before, but, so I'm going to state my case, like I stated before. I will do everything to cut back on this budget, but I'm not going to vote for inflated numbers. I know it's 1%, but I'm not really totally sure where we actually are in the sales tax. I mean, I don't think I know if we did this last year, we would have been in trouble.
Actually, with this year, we're 5.3% over last year, and that's what we predicted would be the case based off of the county's numbers.
That's the county, not us.
Well, that's why
So-
I made that prediction last year.
I understand.
So we are hitting.
I'm just telling you.
This year, we're going to come in at 20 million total. We predicted 19.7.
Councilperson, you have the right to put whatever you want to put in there. I respect that. However, I stated from the beginning, I'm not going to vote on projections of increased revenue and projections of decreased,
She wants to vote on
health benefits and stuff like that. I'm
I
not
will
comfortable
move
with
to
that.
put this into committee then, if that's okay with everyone.
Thank you.
You want to put it in committee then?
Yep.
Second?
And then
Commit.
if I can introduce ordinance 1 into committee. There's another one. This is the
Ordinance
police
1.
employee healthcare. I'm not going to be passing both of these. It's just trying to get this in there so we can amend it appropriately for those comfortable with adjusting the healthcare.
Can I have a second? Commit. Is there anything else? Oh, yeah.
I'd like to make a motion to adjourn.
We need a special meeting for Thursday.
For March 20th.
Okay, for the actual deadline.
We
of
wanted to do
budget.
4 o'clock,
Sure.
if that's okay?
Perfect.
Make it 4:30.
We
Wow.
can't do 4:30
gotta
because
do
the
4
planning board
o'clock.
has a public hearing, so.
Yeah, 4 o'clock,
what's
it's gonna
the
give us a
special-
half an hour, is it gonna give us enough
The
time?
secret meeting.
I mean, we're
Budget's Wednesday.
gonna have.
The mayor's having his
We have a
public hear-
number of things that are still in committee that we.
Well,
have to
we're going to
vote
be
on.
here
That's
Wednesday.
the 19th, that's Wednesday, our
So-
actual
yeah,
meeting.
we have a meeting, Councilman, we have our regular meeting
Wait, is this
Wednesday.
for
So we're
Tuesday?
going to discuss everything.
And then Thursday is
And
to
you're
pass.
saying 4 o'clock?
Yes.
I gotta tell my boss I gotta get out early.
I have a.
So,
Hey, guys.
so also, hold on, so while we're here, we have a regular meeting Wednesday, special meeting Thursday. I think at this time, we should call a special meeting on Tuesday to just, I mean, we're in it now. We have dozens of amendments. We probably have more coming. I would recommend Tuesday.
Yeah, I like
And can I add also, everything we passed tonight was 3.93% in taxes. So it comes to 5.85% based on what we did pass. Everything still in committee is another 4.13%.
So
So when we gonna meet again, Tuesday or?
So I'm thinking Tuesday, if we have this much,
we'll
that
go
we've got it
Tuesday and then.
hammered.
Time Thursday.
Do we want to give a time to our clerk and deputy clerk here?
Yes.
Okay.
I would like to set this right
Yeah.
now, the special meetings and the time, the dates. So are we doing Tuesday?
Yep.
What time?
1700.
5 o'clock. It's 5 o'clock military time.
All right.
I knew. Chief.
We'll do one. We'll do.
just so I can get five?
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah, we'll do it first.
And then Thursday at
4 o'clock.
So, let me ask you something, on this special meeting, will we have department heads here to ask questions?
All depends. They don't have to come. Hopefully they'll come.
I think it's pretty important that they are
Well,
here.
they've
for
been
those.
here
I
for a
get it
while
on
now, I
Friday
think.
night at
Oh,
5
actually,
o'clock.
also, did the comptroller ever get back to us with what he said the tax cap was?
He was out.
I think they're letting you know.
Yeah,
They're
I'm
kind of
really
frustrated.
Well, we really don't care right now.
Thank you.
We're letting them know too if that's.
Well, they were here
Now
Monday.
they're going
Nobody showed up. I mean,
Monday
you
was
had an
an
extra day,
official
so.
Yeah, so are we set for Tuesday and Thursday?
So Tuesday, that's Tuesday, 5 o'clock.
So a special council meeting Tuesday, 5 o'clock, then Thursday, 4 p.m. to pass the budget.
Question, Melissa, okay, we can adjourn, I'll ask.
Can I have a motion to adjourn? Second. Adjourn.